You change brand perception by changing the way you present yourself. It is what you wear, it's what your graphics look like, it's how you speak. All of those things go into influencing what people get from you in that first impression. It's what do they see online? What do they see when you turn up to a meeting? All of those things create that a feeling of authenticity and alignment. And if I, for instance, turn up to a job interview, a corporate job interview, and I was wearing scrubs, would you believe that I was fit for the corporate role that I was applying for? Not really. The difference between branding and marketing is, if you think about it in the context of perhaps you've got a mountain and it flows down into a river. You start with the water, maybe the glacier at the top of the mountain. It's the core, it's everything that feeds into the river. So you've got your core of your branding and personality, which is your values, your purpose, all those beautiful essence pieces that feed into your branding, and they flow down into the river and feed the land. And that is all of your marketing. It flows out into everything else. If we don't do this work up front, you have to do it at some stage. But also what happens is you're trying to work out the branding through whatever piece of design work that you first choose. It's usually the website. And so either what happens is generally it looks generic, it looks like something's missing, or it looks like a copy of our competitors. And that's, again, it's a trend-based thing. And then how is that differentiating you from your main competitor in the market? You look exactly the same, or even like a copycat, which isn't going to benefit you. It's not going to be aligned with your business and your goals and values. So eventually it might come across as inauthentic and you might break down trust with your audience. But in terms of the bottom line, doing the work up front makes a huge difference because you have this consistency, you have this reference point for creating all of your other communications and applying that across the board in a way that's smooth and effective and efficient, and it makes it easier for everybody involved. You're not handing out slightly different briefs to each person, and then you gradually get that result of it's like a domino effect of inconsistency, because you can't be expected to remember exactly what you said to the person before. So you get this sort of diluted effect, and over time it just creates this massive cascade of what is this anymore? I worked with a client recently who came to me in need of a brand identity, not really understanding what it was beyond the logo part, which is quite common. And we identified that in the past he had a lot of trouble with his previous business because he only had a generic logo and a templated website and no interesting assets, nothing to express his personality or his vision or his offering. He is such an interesting person, and he has a really different point of view to a lot of people in his industry. And so we uncovered all of that in the process and then created a visual identity to represent all of that. And now he feels fantastic and confident. He's launched his business. Everything is so much smoother and easier and consistent in terms of applying that to different communication pieces. It doesn't matter whether you work with a designer directly or through a marketing company. So you need consistency on all those touch points. People love working with me because I really take the time to dig deep and work with them collaboratively, because how else can I find out about them and their business if I don't work with them directly? I do the research, I get their feedback. It's not so much about going into the office and interviewing your executives. It's actually about painting that picture of the purpose and meaning underlying everything that you do, so that understanding your purpose